Creating stories that bring joy to children is my true passion. But to keep crafting these magical moments, I need your support. If my stories have brought a smile to your child's face, please consider encouraging my work with a small contribution. You can support me via PhonePe at +91 824 737 7468. Your generosity keeps these stories alive. To encourage our channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. The story of the little sparrow. Long, long ago, in a certain town, there was a king who lived in a magnificent palace. Within that beautiful palace grounds, there was a lush, splendid garden. Tucked away in a corner of that garden was an old tiled hut where the royal gardener lived. Every day, the gardener dutifully watered the trees and plants, keeping the garden green and vibrant. Close to his tiled house stood a large old tamarind tree. High up on the tree, there was a cozy hollow in the trunk. A little house sparrow spotted this spot and decided it was the perfect place to build her home. Without wasting any time, she flew far and wide, collecting coconut fiber, dry grass, and twigs. Within a few days, she successfully built a beautiful cozy nest. The sparrows feast. Overjoyed with her new home, the sparrow decided to celebrate. One day, she flew all over the town and gathered horse gram seeds. She flew across the crop fields and collected chickpeas. She searched through the backyards and picked up green gram seeds, and finally she gathered some wheat grains. She carefully brought them all back and placed them on large leaves near a traditional stone mortar. She wanted to grind all these grains into fine flour to make a delicious roti. However, the little sparrow had a big problem. She had no idea how to operate the heavy stone mortar. Feeling helpless, she closed her eyes and prayed to God. Touched by her innocence, God instantly created a magical pestle Maya backslash Rokali and gave it to the sparrow. Use this to grind your flour, make your bread, and eat happily, God said, and then vanished. The sparrow turned to the magic pestle and requested it to grind the grains. Immediately, the magic pestle started jumping up and down in the mortar, pounding the grains into soft flour. Now a new problem arose for the sparrow. How was she going to mix the flour and knead the dough? She thought and thought. Suddenly, an idea struck her. She looked around the tamarind tree and spotted an old, discarded coconut shell. She picked up the coconut shell and flew over to the gardener's house. Stepping near the stove, she looked inside the water pot. To her delight, it was full of fresh water. She dipped the coconut shell into the pot, filled it carefully, held it firmly in her beak, and flew back to the mortar. She poured the water into the flour. She repeated this until the flour was perfectly wet. Then, she sweetly asked the magic pestle, "Dear pestle, oh dear pestle, won't you please mix this dough for my roti?" The magic pestle willingly jumped up and down in the mortar, perfectly kneading the flour into a soft dough. Next, the sparrow asked it to flatten the dough. The pestle did just that, flattening the dough into a large, round, flatbread chapatis. Finally, the sparrow asked the pestle to bake it for her. The magic pestle carefully held the raw flatbread with its two magical hands and walked toward the gardener's house, baking the roti as I or. At that time, the gardener was not at home. He had lit the clay stove and gone to water the plants. A flat iron tawa griddle was sitting right next to the stove. The magic pestle carefully placed the raw flatbread on the tawa and lifted it onto the hot stove using its hands. Soon, one side was perfectly baked. It flipped it over and baked the other side to perfection before handing the hot, delicious roti to the sparrow. The sparrow thanked the magic pestle from the bottom of her heart. Before disappearing, the magic pestle said, "Whenever you need my help, just think of me. I will appear instantly." The sparrow took her prized roti, flew up to a branch of the tamarind tree, and began eating it happily, hopping from one twig to another. But as she was enjoying her meal, a tiny piece of the roti accidentally slipped from her beak and fell straight down into the deep hollow of the tamarind tree. The sparrow's long quest. The little sparrow cried for a while and tried everything she could to retrieve that tiny piece of roti, but her beak just couldn't reach it. Frustrated, she flew down to the gardener, perched on his shoulder, and complained, "Gardener, oh gardener, I worked so hard to make a roti, and while I was eating it on the tamarind tree, a tiny piece fell into the tree hollow. You must chop down this tree right now and give me my piece of roti." The gardener burst out laughing. "What? Chop down a whole tree for a tiny piece of bread? Go away, silly bird!" He scolded and chased her away. Furious, the sparrow flew straight to the king's palace, glided over the beautiful royal garden, and landed right on the king's shoulder. King, oh king, I worked so hard to make a roti, and while I was eating it on the tamarind tree, a tiny piece fell into the tree hollow. I asked the gardener to get it, but he refused. Punish the gardener, O king, she pleaded. The king smiled and said, should I punish my gardener over such a trivial matter? I will do no such thing. Go away. Miffed by the king's refusal, the sparrow thought, oh, so that's how the king is? I will teach him a lesson. She flew back to the royal garden and approached 5 deer grazing there. Dear, oh dear, I worked so hard to make a roti, and a tiny piece fell into the tree hollow. The gardener refused to get it, and the king refused to punish the gardener. Therefore, go and eat up the king's favorite flower garden and ruin it. The deer replied, come on now, should we destroy the king's beautiful garden just for a tiny piece of bread? No way, move along. The sparrow then flew deep into the forest and found a hunter who caught birds and animals. Hunter, oh hunter, a piece of my hard earned roti fell into the tree hollow. The gardener didn't retrieve it. The king didn't punish him, and the deer refused to ruin the garden. So, hunter, have some pity on me and break the legs of those leaping deer. The hunter scoffed. Break the legs of beautiful deer for a tiny piece of bread? Forget it. Go away. Anger boiling inside her, the sparrow flew until she found a little mouse. Oh mouse, you must do me a favor, she said, explaining her long chain of refusals. Since we are friends, the hunter is coming this way. Go secretly and chew up his leather slippers. The mouse squeaked. Chew a hunter's slippers for your tiny piece of bread? No thanks, and ran into its hole. Oh, the sparrow, deeply offended, thought, what an arrogant mouse. Just wait, I know how to handle you. She flew straight to the mouse's sworn enemy, the cat. Brother cat, you must help me, she said, repeating her long grievance. The mouse refused to chew the hunter's slippers. Go hunt down that mouse right now. The cat yawned and said, I have too much work to do right now. Do you think catching your mouse is my only job? And walked away. The sparrow was indignant. Look at the attitude on this cat. I will complain to the old woman who feeds it. She flew into a small thatched hut where an old couple lived. The old woman was busy cooking by the stove. Old woman, please help me, the sparrow pleaded, recounting the entire chain of events from the gardener to the cat. Your cat refused to catch the mouse. Go pour boiling hot milk on that cat. The old woman snapped. Pour boiling milk on my pet cat for your tiny piece of bread? Get out of here. The sparrow thought, oh, so you are showing off, Grandma? Let me go talk to your husband. She found the old grandfather who was feeding their cow. Grandfather, do me a small favor, she begged, repeating the entire story. The old woman refused to pour milk on the cat. Take a stick and beat her up. The grandfather replied, fight with my wife and beat her up over a tiny piece of bread? Go away, little bird. Undaunted, the sparrow flew to the backyard where the cow resided, perched on its ear, and said, Cow, oh cow, we are friends. Grandfather refused to beat the old woman. When he comes to milk you, kick him hard. The cow scolded her, take my own master for your tiny piece of bread? Go away. The domino effect. Heartbroken and exhausted, the little sparrow flew back to her nest in the tamarind tree and began to weep bitterly. Just then, a tiny housefly buzzing by saw the weeping sparrow and felt pity. Sparrow, oh sparrow, why are you crying so loudly? It asked. The sparrow sighed. I don't know whose face I saw when I woke up this morning, and narrated her entire tragic day. The fly smiled and said, don't worry, if I don't help my friend, who will? The fly buzzed away and flew straight into the cowshed. At that exact moment, the grandfather sat down to milk the cow. The fly flew right into the cow's ear and started buzzing furiously Nana
Ouch, you
backslash
little
Shroda.
insect.
Irritated by the buzzing fly,
Whoa.
the cow kicked backwards, knocking over the grandfather and
Oh
spilling all the
no.
milk. Yep. Furious at the mess, the grandfather blamed the old woman for not cleaning the shed and beat her with a stick. Angry and looking to vent her pain, the old woman grabbed a pot of boiling milk and threw it at the pet cat. Scalded and enraged, the cat launched a fierce attack on the mouse, chasing it for its life. Terrified and angry, the mouse ran out and savagely chewed up the leather slippers of the hunter who was walking by. Finding his shoes destroyed, the furious hunter grabbed his staff and thrashed the deer grazing nearby. Pain-stricken and panicked, the deer stampeded straight into the king's royal garden, trampling and destroying all the exotic plants. And seeing his beautiful garden ruined, the king flew into a rage and severely scolded the gardener for neglecting his duty. Pendant, Sirizokultal, terrified and angry, the gardener marched straight to the tamarind tree with his sharp axe. He hacked open the tree hollow and pulled out the tiny, lost piece of roti. The gardener handed the piece of roti back to the sparrow. The sparrow was overjoyed. She caught the tiny piece of bread in her beak, flew back safely to her cozy nest, and ate it happily. Remembering the wild, chaotic chain of events she had caused, she sang a cheerful little song to herself and fell into a deep, peaceful sleep.